so you're returning to visit us for our weather in December and made such a joke about it, right? And I'm like, you. But yeah, the sun did not shine because just as we were in the chamber, and that's the end of that story, is that this big storm rolled in, and the gentleman that went with me, because the tour bus driver he already had some other plan. He's kicked himself a million times, I'm sure by now, that he didn't just change his plans and go with me. I also invited Patricia McGivern to go back with me. My husband went, but we also took another couple with us, and that gentleman ended up going in with me because I was allowed to take one guest in with me, and his wife waited outside till after, and then she was able to come in, thankfully, because I was the only one, and I've brought them with us from the US, but I was the only winner from the US that year. And after that year, we all know what happened with COVID and with lockdowns. They literally locked down Newgrange and didn't do any more winter solstice experiences for 3 years after that. So I felt this huge, I don't want to use the word privilege, but I will. I did feel a privilege that I was one of the last people that got to go and experience that, even though the storm rolled in right at the moment that the sun was going to come up and we were going to see the light shine in on the engraving, on the etching. There was the storm. We had had perfect weather, another word I tend to not use, but the weather had been spectacular the whole time. We ended up going for a week because to get the better rate on the flight, we ended up spending a little more on the hotels, but we had a fantastic time with that couple, and we didn't even really know them that well, but we connected on so many points because he had been to the Monroe Institute and knew a whole bunch of stuff that I was soaking it all in like a sponge, and I learned things about my name. I mean, it was just a blessed experience the second week so we had the trip in July, and then we had the trip in December to go to Ireland specifically. But July, of course, we did the England and Scotland as well, which were fantastic, and all kinds. I could talk for hours just on that trip, but I did write about those with pictures in my blog if folks want to take a look at my blog, SheilaMurray.net. It's very easy. It's just my name all together and then .net instead of .com. So, but yeah, you can find those. You just go to the blog and search either Ireland or Scotland or England. There's a separate blog for each country. And you'll also see the Game of Thrones tour stuff and all that too, because it was
That is
fantastic.
amazing.